Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. I'm glad to be here each and every week. I do these lives that I call Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. I do them for a couple of reasons. And the first reason is for you to be able to look at your business differently. Take a few minutes, 15 minutes each week, and really look at it from that 30,000-foot view. That really is, shifting your vantage, if you will. The second reason is taking action. The magic is in the doing. You'll hear me say it each and every week. You'll hear me saying when I present or on a strategy call, that's really what happens. The magic is in the doing. So after you listen to me, take one action item away, right? And implement it this week. So the topic for this week is your secret advantage. If you find this valuable, please share it with another owner, manager, leader in the industry that you think would find it valuable. It's a very giving group. So let's get right to it. I want to tell you what happened to me this weekend, and this really prompted this whole life. This weekend, I went shopping. And I was in and out of 3 different stores. I had lots of errands to run, and I noticed something. The cashiers clearly showed up. They were there, but that was about it. Nobody had any energy. One in particular made no eye contact with me, no sense that my experience even mattered. She was speaking with the supervisor the entire time I was at the counter about her schedule, when she could work, when she couldn't work, and she was kind of getting nasty with the person who was doing the schedule. They were kind of both going at it. And I was in awe. And I tried to make conversation with her, but she really ignored. And I don't think it was a true ignore. I think she was really focusing on the conversation about her schedule. The second one that I went into, other the other one was arguing with a customer. So the cashier was arguing with another customer, and it got heated and downright ugly. The customer was talking about speaking to a manager, calling corporate because it was a big chain. And when I walked out of both of these stores, I really felt discouraged. And of course, knowing me, as you know me, I had to kind of unpack this. I said, why is this so common today? Why does this happen? Because I've talked with owners, I've talked with people that are in the industry and outside of the industry, and a lot of them are saying the same thing. They showed up, but they didn't care. And it reminded me of how professionalism today really isn't the norm. And that is a massive opportunity for your shop because this is what people are experiencing. Professionalism isn't the norm. And professionalism isn't about just being polite. Thank you. Have a nice day. It's really about making your shop stand out, creating loyalty, and building a business that's rewarding for everyone involved. When I talk about wins, wins have to be for everyone. It can't be just a win for the shop or just a win for the owner. A win has to be for everyone, customers, team, suppliers, vendors. It has to be a win for all. So thinking about this a little bit deeper, it started making me think that professionalism isn't automatic anymore. It used to be, but it's not. And it really is a competitive advantage. It's a team advantage, not just a customer service thing. So when you build it into your shop, you'll stand out without spending a dime more. Think about it. Think about your marketing costs, all of that. So build it into your shop. You're going to stand out and you're going to do it all without spending a dime more. So let's go a little bit deeper here because I'm curious. Has anybody experienced anything like this when you were out, you know, besides being an owner, besides working at your shop? Have you ever experienced what I experienced just out and about? I'd love for you to put it in a chat. So there are things that we can discuss on why professionalism is slipping away in the workforce today. And one of the reasons, when I think about it, there are lots, but I want to discuss three big reasons. One of them is lack of training. Many people are thrown into roles without being taught what good looks like. They don't know. No onboarding process, lack of systems and processes. So everyone is fending for themselves. And that could be what I experienced. Another one is low expectations. Some companies have actually given up on high standards. They've just said to themselves, "You know what? I can't find anybody. Let's just get a body in here." So just showing up is good enough. And as customers, we experience that effect. We feel those effects of that. And the customers are not the only ones that suffer. When you think about it, the employees, and that's not a word that you'll usually hear me say, because when you're in that situation, there is no team. So that's why I use the word employees. They don't feel a sense of winning at the end of the day. They don't feel like they're a team. And then the third one is a disconnected culture. So when the team or the employees don't feel valued, they stop valuing the customer experience. They don't even understand that that's the goal. And they don't support one another either. So here's the good news when we think about this. In your shop, you have the power to flip this and stand out. Make professionalism your secret advantage. There's a way to do this, and it can be fun too. Professionalism doesn't have to be stuffy. So, how do you make professionalism a win for your team, a win for your customers, right? And a win for the business as well. So, here are the four things that you can do. The first is define it. Don't assume that your team knows. Share what professional looks like in your shop, from how we greet customers, how we handle mistakes, the list goes on. Make sure that they know what winning looks like. Model it. Owners and managers must live it daily. People are looking up to you. You are the example. So respect, communication, and pride all start with you. There are lots of opportunities each day to show up as a professional. Number three, reward it. Catch a team member doing it right. Recognition, show them that recognition. It could be in public or it could be in private, but that reinforces the behaviors that you want. And it gives your team a positive thing to talk about when they go home, right? Let me tell you about my day. Let me tell you, they're telling a story of how the company really values them and appreciates them. Let me tell you what the owner said to me today. And lastly, number four is connect it. Show your team how professionalism leads to happy customers, more referrals, better pay opportunities, and shop growth. Make them a part of something bigger than themselves. It's easy to feel very isolated for people to come in to work, check in, check out. But this making somebody feel a part of something that's bigger than themselves, that what they do matters, that's huge. So at the end of the day, professionalism isn't just for customers, it's the fuel for a stronger, more rewarding business for everyone. So it's really important to think about this. And whether you're on the replay or you're live, share with me a time that you experienced less than professionalism, something that was similar to my story or something that was very different, but it was definitely you experiencing it and how you felt on the receiving end as the customer. So every week I do a 1 week challenge. And this is basically taking action for the week because you can listen to me, but the magic is in the doing. So pick one way this week that you will raise the professionalism bar in your shop and watch how your team steps up. So is it good? I'm going to go over those four that I said earlier: defining, modeling, rewarding, or connecting, right? You're going to do that with professionalism. Which one would you choose for this week? And put it in the chat. And I also like to give you a pro thinking tip. This is really for inspiration and to keep you focused. So people rise to the standard you consistently set, not the one that you just mention. Occasionally you'll mention it. Like people put a little quote or they put a little thing up on the wall, a saying on the wall, but they never talk about it. And people don't even know what's up there after a while. It's that consistency that really works. So the shops that win aren't just the ones that are good at fixing cars. They're great at taking care of people. Professionalism isn't a chore. It's not. This isn't supposed to be a lot of hard work. It's actually a strategy. So thanks for being here, and thanks for being the kind of owner, manager, or leader who cares enough to raise the bar. Your team, your customers, and your future self will thank you for it. So think about even 6 months from now or a year from now, how your shop can change with just these little tweaks. So you've got this. And thanks again for being here on this week's Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. Have an enjoyable week.